Hello, everybody. It's good to see everybody again. I thought today I want to move away from the scandals of Singapore. I want to move away from the stock market updates. But today I want to talk about a topic called 4M65. Okay, 4M65. I think many of you have heard of 1M65. 1M65 has now gone mainstream. Um, the whole movement is called 1M65. But somewhere around February 2020, I started this idea that you can make multi-million dollars in using your CPF as a couple, as a family, and I published the article just during the outbreak of COVID. Right, so this was in 2020 February. I published an article called Singaporean Roadmap for Accumulating 4 Million as a Couple by 65. In the strategy, I actually first introduced the concept of a kueh lapis, right? So, so the idea was, if a couple could accumulate their put money in their SA and their MA as early as possible, which is my experience, and after that, once you hit your FRS, that those OA numbers that you have, ordinary account numbers you have, you will put them in the S&P 500 or equivalent, right? And if you just let time and compounding takes its course, you should hit $4 million by 65 so as a couple. That's a hell of skepticism, super skepticism. Okay, um, and and soon after, when I came out this idea, a lot of news articles and agency were looking for me, and say how can that be, right? So this article first came out in dollars and cents. I worked very closely with them at that point of time. Nowadays, not that don't work closely, I don't have time to write articles really. Okay, then this is Money FM interviewed me and talked about 4M65 as well. Okay, and we have got Asia One. Asia One also talk about how to achieve, $4 million in a CPF by 65, and many other news agency. We have got I can't remember. This is called the Finance.sg. Also about making 4 million by 65. The idea was very novel. There's a lot of skepticism. I just show you one. There's someone who blogs about this and say that 1M65, 4M65 legit not. And the main conclusion is captured in this Bugs Bunny, a big fat no here. Okay, and I'll read you the final statement. It says that as you can see, these figures are not easily achievable. Okay, unless you're earning big bucks for the rest of your life. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so today I want to take stock about this idea, right? And this will also help to answer those questions of people who keep asking me, Mr. Lu, should sell or not? My portfolio is in profit right now and things like that. Okay, let's I'll kind of bear all kind of thing. Okay, now so right now I'm 50 years old, going 51, and my wife and I, let's take stock of this idea. So the idea then was in 2020. Let's take stock of some numbers right now, shall we? Okay, I'm very transparent about this. It's not bragging. So a lot of you have more money than I do. Okay, when you take account of your house and things like that. Okay, but I want to say this to show you where we stand right now in the journey towards 4M65 myself. Okay, so the first most important thing is right now. This is my CPF statement. Okay, I've got $485,000 inside. A lot of it went into the S&P 500 through Endowus. Okay, they are the only agency that I can buy S&P 500 using my OA. Okay, so this is my wife's one. Okay, it's also about 400,000. So combined together, about if you sum up the two numbers together, I calculated here, it's about $900,000. Okay, so that's just CPF alone. With majority of the numbers in SA and MA. Why is our OA so depleted despite us not buying private houses? Is because a huge chunk of it went into the S&P 500. Okay, so that's where we are on our our CPF about $900,000, okay. But let's take a look at what happened to the OA that we are dumped into, okay. So the OA dumped into, this is my wife in entirety is the OA, okay, in entirety 270,000. She still has some money left in the OA, but anyway. So this one is $700,000, $757,000. A small segment of it is SRS, but majority is OA as well, right? So combine these two together, it's about 1,028,000. Okay, 1,028,000. So if you were to put $1,020,000 plus the $900,000 in our CPF right now, it will roughly give you about $1.9 million. Okay, $1.928 million. So $1.928 million is combined me and my wife. Okay, so where we are right now, roughly speaking, somehow it's SRS, not a lot, but I very difficult to break it up, so I just throw in now. I believe I have some money. I have some money in my fund supermart that is using OA, but the account is too difficult to extract. Okay, but anyway, so it's $1.9 million right now. So so $1.9 million now. We are 50 years old. So we are roughly halfway there already. So a lot of, and I'll address some critics along the way. What the general criticism and things like that, right? But let's see. But we are 50 years old right now, right? So we still got another 14, 15 years to 14, 50 years to 65, right? So let's project how far we can go, right? So we are roughly about another 15 years to go for our 65 years old. So how much would that 900,000 be, right? Of course, by right you should use calculator and Excel and calculate. But let's just assume that me and my wife don't put any more money into our CPF anymore. From now on, stop working, right? Eat snake and things like that. So the interest rate on your OA and is about 2.5%, but SC is about 4%, and your MA is about 4%, right? So let's say blended is about 1.35, is about 3.5% blended. Okay, blended as in, don't forget when I reach 55 years old, there is a slight increase in if there's first $30,000, I get 6% return, and so on. But let's say blended is 3.5%. Okay, so I take 1.035. Okay, 1.035, 3.5%. Times. And I compound it by 15 years, okay? 2 years, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, one more time, sorry. 1.035 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, 15. So this is about okay, give me 1 minute. I'm just gonna turn off my Wi-Fi so messages don't come in. So this is about 1.67, and if I multiply that by my 900,000, which is 900,000, okay, it's about $1.5 million. Okay, $1.5 million. So if I just let that 900,000 compound by itself, okay, or which part of it is in SA and MA, we'll be looking at around $1.5 million. Okay, $1.5 million. So you'll grow by about $600,000 by itself, assuming I stop working right now, which I'm still working. And let's talk about my S&P 500, right? Okay, but let's say S&P 500. Okay, there's no argument what should be, right? So S&P 500 over 10, 20, 30 years, fair to say, it goes between 8 to 12%, depending which year, which time, or whatsoever. So let's take the low mark, because even if you go higher, there may be some depreciation of currency, maybe some whatever, kind of thing. Let's take a low mark, shall we? So 1.08 times, okay? 1.0 times, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's about 3.14, okay? 3.14 times my 1,028,000, something like that, okay? and it becomes about 3.2 million. Okay, 3.2 million, and just now that one was 1.5 million, right? 1.5 million. Okay, plus 1,500 something like that. Okay, yeah. So it's $4.76 million. Okay, $4.76 million. So not too unachievable. Not too unachievable. I really use pretty low. I use pretty low estimate already. Not too unachievable. Okay. And that's assuming we stop working, stop throwing money at S&P 500 using my OA anymore. So $4.7 million, and I don't touch my house or anything like that, right? So actually we're halfway there. So if I let things just compound for another 15 years, we're looking at that. Now, some of you may argue a few things, right? So let's look at the general criticism, right? S&P 500 can crash. Even Mr. Lu, you say that, yes, without any doubt. But let's just look at, okay, generally in short term it can fluctuate, but in long term, like 10, 20, 15 years, generally the returns are power compounding will take its course, okay? So it's very possible, right? But don't forget, I'm still working. So if I continue to work, I will continue to contribute CPF into it, right? I'll continue CPF, and there will be market crashes that come along. I'll throw more OA inside as well. So that number will go up further. I would imagine at least $1 million, okay? At least $1 million. So we're looking at $5-6 million in my CPF alone by 65, okay? In our CPF, not my CPF, our CPF. Now, a lot of people say that, property return better, okay? If you put money in if you don't put money in, what was the general remark made by people? Don't put money into your SA after they got no money to put into your property. I'm not too sure, you will have such liquid cash by the time you retire at 65. But a lot of people say, but CPF can get away too, right? Above FRS, everything I can take out, and that's a phenomenal amount of money I can take out, multi-million dollars, right? Multi-million dollars. I will live a simple life. What shirt is this? I wear the Under Armour shirt, this watch I wear for 20-30 years already. I love coffee shop. I have a simple Honda Visa. I stay in HDB. Trust me, the amount of money is much more than enough. I haven't even thought about my cash and my businesses and my S&P 500 using cash and NASDAQ and everything yet. Nothing, right? Just that alone. Now you can say, okay, but Mr. Lu, inflation is going up, right? So your $4 million is not worth $4 million. Don't house sell me, okay? $4-5 million is worth only maybe $2. That's probably true, but it's enough. Okay, it's enough. But ask yourself, what other ways do you have to grow this kind of money, right? Okay, so bottom line is that is 4M65 achievable? Yes. Is it easy? No, it's not easy, but it is not a walk in the park, but it's achievable, right? It's achievable. I'm most likely gonna overachieve that. Okay, I'm gonna overachieve that, but it is very possible. It's very possible. Now some of you say, Mr. Lu, you businessman, you high income earner, you last time Singtel management staff, blah 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 blah, that kind of thing, right? It is CPF. There's a cap. The cap is $6,000. Yeah, a lot of you earn a hell lot more than that. Yeah. Okay, a lot of you earn a hell lot more than that. So this is something that being rich has limited, not totally no, but limited advantage. Okay, limited advantage, right? So I urge all the young Singaporean, okay, not be blinded, okay, by the allurement of crypto. And now crypto nowadays maybe not so exciting, right? Property mania, and all this, This is one possibility. There are many roads that lead to Rome. This road the amount of worry is a lot less. Now, I also take this advantage of this time to also answer the question. Right? A lot of people say, Mr. Lu, I make money on my S&P 500 already. Okay, can I take out now? No, you go ahead lah. Okay, I'm not taking out. And again, right, I'm not telling you buy or sell stocks. But once you take out money, you stop the compounding power of the S&P 500, right? That's okay. You know, if you feel like taking out money and lose the compounding power, right? That's okay, right? But you know, the compounding power of the S&P 500, I want to harness it, right? Now, some people say that, oh, but maybe the US will go down from now. S&P 500 will not be as good as before. Yes, everything is possible. Maybe after all this scandal, CPF is not so safe anymore. Our government go down, whatever. All the maybe. Tell me what else is better. Tell me what else is better. If our country go down, trust me, property is not better than our CPF also, right? So I wouldn't go. I think this is one of a safe path towards Rome, okay? Towards being wealthy in your retirement, right? Now, I'm not going to retire by 65. My projection 70, 75 years old. Maybe I'll work until 85. I love to work, okay? So the number will compound even further more, right? But since I talk about 65, I thought this is the number to hit at, right? So anyway, I welcome any comments and criticism, okay? Again, right, this is not flaunting. This is to demonstrate to everybody that this is a viable path to wealth accumulation. Very viable path. I'm really halfway there already. I'm 50 years old, okay? I'm really halfway there, and I don't need to leverage, don't need to borrow money, don't need to deal with the bank, there's very low risk. I'm not saying no risk, but very low risk, of overstretching, and things like that, right? So consider that as a viable path, okay, and choose for yourself the path that you're most comfortable with towards being a multimillionaire, okay? All right, with this, I'm signing off, and I just want to remind everybody to like the video and hit subscribe and follow, okay? And a final word is I'm not flaunting, okay? Stop. Those critics, stop saying I'm flaunting. I'm not flaunting. If I'm flaunting, I'll flaunt some other thing. Maybe flaunt a bit of my hair, flaunt a bit of weight loss. That one I love to flaunt, okay? Money is nothing to flaunt. There's a lot more rich people than me, okay? But I'm trying to teach everybody that this is a viable path towards wealth accumulation and being a multi-millionaire by the time you retire, okay? With this, thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Thank you.